Jeff Gibson here with another episode of Indigenous Survival. I'm going to do a quick one on the L7 spring pole trap. It's also good for fish. If you want to call it an auto fisherman, call it what you want. The same mechanism works equally well on land like I'm going to do here, or it would in water. And I just want to say two things about them real quick. About any type of trap, whether it's fish or you're trying to catch a rabbit, squirrel, bird, whatever. One is only do this stuff if you're truly in that situation. Don't do them if you're, like I'm out here in the park demonstrating this. Don't go to the park, set these up. Don't. You could demonstrate them to your friend if you want. Hopefully you're showing them these videos and they're watching and subscribing so they can see not only this one but the others I'm going to do, even live traps, net traps. There's several, but remember, don't do these unless your life is actually in danger. You need to, you're starving and you're actually in the middle of nowhere. Then that's the time to do it. Outside of that, don't do it. And also make sure, if you even do them in a different situation, make sure that you are following all laws. Okay? I don't know if trapping exactly, I know some of it is legal here in Indiana. I don't know what isn't or what is. But, the way I see it, and several others see it, if my life is truly in danger, I haven't eaten in 3 or 4 weeks, 2 weeks. Some way I need to get food into my system. I know deer season's not here. Would I take a small buck in order to eat? Yes, I will. I would rather do that than die of starvation. But then again, average person can go about 3 weeks without eating anyway. So, hey, the chances of me actually had to take a deer out of season, or even a rabbit or whatever, is slim. Okay, but these are here. I am demonstrating these for, yes, these are how you can do it. You can do fish that same way. If I was on a loan, these are what I'd be setting up, and I'd be setting up several of them, not just for land animals, but for fish too. Hey, yeah, if I was on Naked and Afraid, I'd be doing it. But with that being said, I'm about ready to start showing you how this trap works, and also tell you how you can use it for water. It's the same thing, but okay. Alright, now what you're going to need for this. I love twine. I love natural hemp twine. I like it for a couple reasons. One is it blends in with everything else. And you'd have to forgive me, this is my first evening one I've done. I've been busy today, so I want to get out and do this one. So forgive me if it's a little dark out here, but due to my lighting equipment, hopefully you can see. But anyway, I love twine. Natural hemp twine is one, a couple reasons. It blends in with nature. Number two, it's biodegradable. Number three is it's kind of rough, so it will bind and hold to the animal. Okay, there's really no chances they're getting out. Okay, but what you're going to need is, I got me a little hammer stick. You need, this is called the L7 for obvious reasons. If you don't know what that is, you have will be a number 7, and you have your L. All I did was, I love my folding saw. They're quick. I just cut me a notch, little line down on each one. I'll show you on this one here. I just cut a line down here, took out my knife, shaved it down to that notch. Now I got me the notch part. Okay, same thing for this. This will fit right in here. Now here's the thing with these. You will have to play with them to get it to fit just right. I like it if I can just dangle it like that. You notice I put, this is fairly long. It's going to be driven in the ground. I got somewhat of a spike right there. I also take my saw and I go around, right around, and put a little notch all the way around. That's going to help hold my twine where I want it. Okay, there's going to be a lot of pressure on these. No. Okay. Okay, there's going to be a lot of tension on this. That's why it's long. It's like a tent stake. Put too short of a tent stake in, wind comes, good wind, your tent can go. So you want to make sure it's driven, you know, you got enough down there to keep that tent down. Basically the same way. Now, what I'm looking for, and I already modified this branch to do it. This branch went further out. You want something nice and springy. Preferably still attached to the tree or a sapling. Now I can, in a later video, I will show you how you can make one yourself. If where you need to set up at a game trail, there's nothing springy. But this one actually went further out. What I did was, to make it snap up like that, is I cut off the rest of it that was actually overhanging this trail here. It didn't hurt anything by doing it, but that's what you want. So what you want to do now is, you want to figure out how much pressure you want to put on this. So, you know, I don't want to, let's say I was trapping a rabbit or a squirrel, I don't want to fling the squirrel or the rabbit way back there. I want him still on here. I don't want him, I'm not launching him. He's not, this ain't NASA, and I'm not sending him into space. So, yeah, you know, just kind of, that should work. So I want to bring it about, I want this thing about right here. So now what I want to do is figure about where I want to put this. Come here, about right there. A little bit more. That's not going anywhere. But hey, when I think I got it, I always like to just, now be careful with it, because I have split these by doing this. Next thing I want to do, I went ahead and already done this. I put a little loop. I tied a little loop right there. Actually, I'll just take it out to show you. Tied a little loop. I think you can see this. So that way, I know there's people who tie it up there first and then they do everything else and then they put their noose. If you want to do that, that's fine. I do things a little backwards. Then I put this through so I know I got my noose. Okay. Then what I'm going to do, here's my trigger. Almost lost it there for a second. Don't get used to doing these in the dark. Okay. Figure about how big I want to make my noose. Right there should be fine. And it does really help if you put, if you have a way to funnel these in, put some bait around, you know, whether you, maybe you got a cereal bar or something with you. Ready? Maybe you got a cereal bar or something. Use some of it for bait. Anyway, so what I want to do is figure about where I want to put this, how much of a noose I want out, where I'm putting it. Let's say I'm going to put the noose somewhere right in here. I want enough so it's going to have a nice amount of tension on this. I don't want to give them a lot of room. I want to give it some, but not a lot. So I put this right here. Yeah, that should work. That should be plenty. going to tie this through that little notch that I cut around there, which is going to help keep my twine from slipping. Tie that in. Okay. Now I come up to my pole. Come up here. Keep that one out of the way. Tie this to my spring pole. That's not going anywhere. We'll trim off the excess. Okay. Now, let's give it a test real quick. Make sure I got everything the way I want it. Okay. Now, before I reset this, to make this a little more effective, what I'm going to do is come around here, just laying around by me, any little twigs, oh, not that one. Oh, these are really nice and dry. Be great for kindling. The only thing I'm doing with these is just kind of propping up my noose. Now, bring this back. Noose. Okay. Let me move this out of the way. Okay. Now, ideally you can have it there. I can actually put it out here. As a matter of fact, I think I will. We'll go ahead and move this over a little bit. Because remember, you're not worried about these little sticks. These are just there to help prop these up. Just to kind of give your noose keeping it up so it's easier to trap. Set that up. Remember, the harder this is, the more delicate this is for you to set, the more sensitive it is. Okay. Now, it's set. Ideally, you would funnel this in so the animal has to come either this way or this way. When he comes, he's going to be hanging around here. Hopefully, you put some sort of bait out. I mean, you don't have to. You don't. But you stand a better chance if you actually put some sort of bait. Around here right now, I got about 5 or 6 squirrels watching me. So if I was really trying to trap one and I had some peanuts or something, I'd put some nuts around here. So he would have, basically, so the idea is the squirrel has to be, or a rabbit has to hang around. If I'm trying to trap a bird, it'll trap a bird. I would lay it a little bit, like noose a little bit different on the ground, put some seeds or something, but basically this is how it works. It hangs around. As it gets through here, what's going to happen is he's going to continue to walk. He might walk a little bit. He's going to walk. Well, now I could have shortened these down, and I will give a little bit better of a view. But you see, it got caught. Well, let me take this down just a little bit more. And actually, I'll set it out a little bit farther. It did get caught a little bit on it. But see, the point is, the animal, as soon as he feels that around him, he's going to panic and he's going to run a little. When he runs, what's going to happen is he's going to get tangled up a little bit in him. As he gets tangled up, he's going to slip that 7 knot, the L part, out from under it. I can do it like this, same way. But what's going to happen is he's going to slip this piece right here. It's going to slip from that, just like that. Okay. Okay, see, I got it now. It's little 4. You already seen me do it a minute ago. It does work, but what the basic mechanism of this is, you want this to slip out. So you can have this further out, you can have it closer. I like it kind of like this. But so what's going to happen is, animal, my trusty stick animal here is going to hang around. He's coming in here, he's checking out, there's some food there. As he's walking around, he's going to touch this, just like that stick did. Now, when that touches, he's going to freak. He's going to move. He's going to tighten this up. Now I can make it even more sensitive by shortening this down. Okay, I can make this even more sensitive by tying this up here more to shorten down my rope, my noose, like this. Now I got extra right there, yeah. You might say, why did I do? I mean, setting traps is not the easiest thing. I can be just like that. As he's coming around though, hanging around, he's going to get caught in this. The more I can funnel the animal in, the better off. More more bait I put around here, the better off. Anyway, he comes along, feels this. Just like any animal, they're going to be like, what's that? Got him. He's going to be dangling. Which means I can come back, if I check my traps, which you should, if anytime you set one of these up, I'm going to come back and go, okay, I got me a rabbit. I'm eating rabbit tonight. You know, ideally, like I said, there's all kinds of ways you could set it. Okay, and I am playing around with doing it in here, but I'm going to do it one more time. Set this up. See how easy that comes off? And ideally you should already get it set the way you want it. But remember, the harder it is for you to set, and also keep your eyes out, the face out the front of it. Now, when it comes to cord, knots, I use whatever knot works for me. You use whatever knot works for you. I don't plan on ever, when I set these, I don't worry about retrieving it. Why? There are people who do. I don't, because if it works once, I want to reset it so I can probably catch, so hopefully I can catch another. And right now I think it's slipped loose. I'm going to try to show you one more time. It is getting a little bit dark now. Ideally, you would not want to be setting these up at night. You want to set these up, you want to set traps up in the daytime. Okay, I was going to demonstrate it one more time, but my trigger stick and that was getting a little worn out. Besides that, it is getting a little dark. It's going to be a little harder for me to set it up. But always, even if you're just demonstrating like I am, always remember, don't leave the traps set up. Take the traps down. And no matter where you are, whether it's a city park, a forest, national forest, or hell, even your own land, make sure you clean up after yourself. I'm sorry. Make sure you clean up. Leave nothing out. Wood chips is fine. Yes, I did leave a little bit of twine, but it is natural material, so it will rot. But please never leave the trap set up, because being not a survival situation, you don't need them left up. You don't need to come back in a week or so, and some animal's been dead for a week. Please respect nature in that aspect. We got a lot enough people out here that doesn't respect it. So, you know, please make sure you do respect it. Don't tear things up. Turn them back the way you should. Leave it. It is nice demonstrating this stuff. Being Native American, I do hold this close to my heart. But remember, please respect the nature. Don't leave stuff set up where things are going to get hurt. And you will be seeing soon, I've already mentioned about, I'm going to be doing a new logo and I'm going to be giving out a bumper sticker, a different decal that you can put on a coffee cup, your stainless steel water bottle, or any other water bottle you want, or put it wherever you wish, and perhaps even an iron-on. I'm also having a website set up just specifically, so if you have any questions for me or something you'd like to see me demonstrate, you can email me directly. That should be coming up soon. My editor's working on that at this moment, but if hopefully you like these, remember, please let your friends know, like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, then I thank you. And all those that already have, as soon as I get everything done and I show what they look like on here, when you send me your information, I will be sending you out those free things. If you want more than that, than what I'm going to send, you can always feel free to purchase. Feel free to comment. Feel free to give me suggestions of what you want to see me do. I have other videos coming up I want to be doing. I want to demonstrate a solar steel. This is the last weekend of summer here in Indiana. So I don't think I'm not making one tomorrow, but I plan on making a couple next week. After these get, my editor goes through and gets rid of raw footage and makes it better. If there's anything you want to see, please contact me. Be happy to demonstrate those. I'm going to be doing one on, hopefully I can do one on a solar steel, a transpiration bag, how do you get water just hanging from the trees. I'm going to do one on how to use acorns, how you can eat those. And like I said, hopefully you know, I know I will be getting better as I do these. I'm not as nervous as doing them when I first did it. It's a lot easier showing people in person than it is on a video camera. I didn't know it until I started it. Now I realize how difficult this can be. But I do enjoy doing it. I enjoy showing you everybody. So remember, like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more. And like I said, if there's anything you want to see, when my editor has the website address put up on these videos, feel free to contact me and tell me what you'd like to see. And until the next video, enjoy nature as much as you can, wherever you can find it, whether it's a city park, your own backyard, whatever. And stay safe, and I will see you at the next video.